Okay guys, this is a repaint tutorial of Majestic Software DXTbmp Q400, how to use the paint kit. Actually, I'm gonna show you how exactly you make repaints. Not only that, the first thing you need to do is to have these two programs, this DXTbmp and Photoshop programs. Never mind which one. I use Photoshop's PS5, so I have everything. DXTbmp, DXT, you see these things, okay? You need this particular program and one Photoshop program. Next thing you need to do is when you make a decision to found an aircraft and paint it, first thing you need to know which one. So you go here, and I'm gonna show you an Olympic Airlines Olympic Air repaint. So you press Olympic Air logo, is very important, and you have all the logos of Olympic Airs ever built. This is a very good one. I used it before. So you have the logo which is on the rudder. This one is on the rudder. So next you need, for example, DXTbmp 8 Q400, and you need some big pictures from it, like this one. This is very big. This is big enough so you can notice every detail. This is also very big. Okay, it's really great guys. So I'm not gonna download it now, but you just take pictures of the aircraft. Okay, you need as many as possible, as from every corner as possible, so you can know exactly where the extreme details are. This exactly side of the picture of the aircraft I have here gonna be seen now. Cannot be seen because it's converted in something else. You need to zoom on it and see every tiny detail, exactly where the lines are and where the logo is attached and everything. Okay, you need these tiny details to know. Next part is to open these 3 PSDs of the default Majestic Software paint kit. You need to open them, 3 of them, all at once. I just click fast, tack, I click everything to open them at once in Photoshop. If you have a slower computer, open them one by one. Must be all open for a simple reason. I'm going to show you in quite a while why. You need to have them all open. Once you have it all open, as you know, this is already open, everything. Okay, you make your paint. Make sure you have everything just marked. Everything is marked. Everything's supposed to be marked. The only things that they are not marked, it's the layers I paint. Actually, if you notice down here is a tiny difference right here. I don't want it so thick, so I make it a bit thinner. You just all the time make new layers with this key over there. You see, this is a new empty layer. You don't need that. I don't need it. So if you don't know how to use Photoshop, or how to paint on Photoshop, or how to make layers and stuff like this, it's dozens of tutorials in YouTube. I don't have to explain you all this because this is centered on Photoshop of paint kit of Majestic Software. Okay, so now you paint this aircraft all the way. Before you make any changes, okay, and check these maps and check it so you are sure it's like this, clean as should be, and you go File, Save As, and PSD. Rename it, for example 1, and save. Okay, so you don't mess up with the default Majestic paint kit. You don't screw it up. You have to have the Majestic software as clean as possible, because if you want to make another repaint, it's better to use the default from using this new one of yours, because it's gonna take longer, because have more layers. Okay, after you have done with this, make sure you uncheck all these marks. You have checked these marks because you're gonna need them. You have checked. Okay, must be checked, must be there. Then you make flatten image. Okay, and it's gonna be a single image. If you want to copy things and drag it in another PSD, you need to remove this lock. Okay, so double click it and okay. Now I'm going here to remove my paints, so I can show you how it's in the default. It's the default Majestic. It's like this. Okay, it's like so, no difference. It's like this. All right, you see here where writes 1L, writes also here. Okay, 1L. So now here you need to make this green. You go all the way up and it's here marks. You check this and it's green. Right, you go again back down and you try find the part of this, the part of the fuselage you want to cut from this place. I'm going to use the upper part for start, the 1L I show you. So you go in here. 1L actually means one left, the left side of the fuselage. This is. You try find it, and it's hold on, where is it? It's here. You see this? It's the upper part. So I control click it. When you press control, you see the square on the hand, here on the hand. You keep it not there. You press here, you press control, and you click it once. It's selecting actually this part, this particular layer. Okay, I don't want it selected now, so I'm gonna click it to be blue. I take this. Make sure you drag and you take more parts from above the wing. Take the wing also. Okay, Control C to cut. As you notice, when I press Control, it shows the scissors there, so it's ready for cut. Control C to cut it. You go here, and when you have this particular part blue, you press Control V, and it actually put it there. I control click it, and then I use this tool to drag it around and go closer. Every mark have different name. This is one left. If you're gonna go somewhere down, this is one right. You see, it's different. It's not the same. You just put it over so you don't see the black mark of the full PSD. Okay, and it's there. But as you notice already, has covered my bottom of the fuselage. It's perfect lined up with these edges. As you notice, it's really perfect lined up even with the bottom. But how do you take it away? It's very easy. You just press, you go back to see everything what you can do. You have marked your layer. You press Control and the default example layer, and it selects only this layer. So then you want to invert this selection. You press Control Shift, you click this, Control Shift I, and it selects everything except this particular area. As you notice here, it's not selected. It selects everything else except this particular area. Okay, and then you press simply, I'm gonna go closer to see it. You see these lines over there? They're gonna go away. Delete. Control Shift I and delete. I say again, when you have selected this particular part from the example layer. Now, if you make any mistake, you can just go back. You press Control Alt Z and brings it back. Okay, Control Alt Z, I say again, Control Shift Z is go forward. Okay, so you don't have to look here and edit or image or something to go back, step backwards or step forward. This is Alt Control Z, Shift Control Z. Okay, it's just shortcuts to help you out. You make the same with everything else except this particular part. This particular part is so easy to do it, just some people can't. This is this layer, this layer 153. You control click it to make sure this is this one, and then deselect it. Deselect it, okay? So it's this one. How do you take this one? You go here, is this layer 153. So you click this one. You go here, you take this tool, and you find this particular part. As you notice already, is flip it. How do we flip it around? Control C, Control V. Now it's here, but flip it. So I control click it, so it's selected, and then Control T, so it makes this squares around. Okay. Now you go up here in the W and the H, and you click here, and you press minus, and in the H minus. So it's flip it around. You cannot zoom on or zoom when you are in this condition. You have to press enter first. Enter. So it's again, now I can use it. Okay. Now I'm here, and I'm gonna drag it. Right exactly behind, so I don't lost anything. And it's there. Now you click Control, click here, Control Shift I, delete, and removes everything from around. As you notice, remove all the tiny edges around, and it's clicking only my selection. Okay, you make with everything else, and you're just ready. You go all the way up and check the marks. Very important step, don't forget it. Many people does, don't do it. Go down, save your PSD. Okay, file, save as, save your PSD, save it. I have saved it already, so I don't have to do it again. Save it. This is night in my case. I don't put night, whatever. Save it. Don't forget it, these things. Okay, save, cancel. Then you do left click, left click, flatten image. Okay, so it's one single image. You go file, save as, bitmap this time, not PSD, bitmap. Okay, and you save it. This is not night, it's day. Should not be like this, so like this, and save. Your bitmap, you don't have to rename it, because it's not the same like default paint kit of Majestic Software. You don't have to do it. So Control Alt Z, and it brings everything back. Now you need to make a night layer. You just click this. Simple as that. You go file, you flatten again, flatten image, discard hidden images. Yeah, perfect. File, save as, bitmap, save. Okay, you don't have to save PSDs twice. You don't have to do it one time. This is ready. It's just done. Okay, it's just done. So make sure you have everything checked except mapping stuff, because as you notice, mapping is here. Okay, don't have selected these map sites. Unmark them. Group 4 maps, group 3. Group 3 in my case it's my Olympic repaint. So I don't want to have the example. Check it. I don't want example. So I have this. Uncheck the map sites. You don't want map sites, and you don't want marks. You uncheck the marks too. Okay, should be white. If you check marks, it's green, like this. Then you flatten it into everything and you save. Okay, done. Now this part, some people think is very tricky. Actually it doesn't. Okay, it's very easy. I'm gonna laughing how easy. Okay, you go here, you Control Alt Z, Z and Z and Z and Z. You can Control Alt Z many times, as 10 times. You cannot go more. That's the reason you actually save PSDs. You have to open it again. You uncheck this part, tail sim with fuselage. You uncheck that, okay? You just uncheck it. Every time, I forget, every time you drag this is one time Control Alt Z, okay? So now you go here and you take, you see this part until here, you take the tail from about like a square, around the tail, like a square, like this big, okay, like this. You need to take it until the cargo door. You just take this all, Control Cut, Control C in this case, and I don't want that, so I'm gonna, you go to the background level layer and you press Control V and it's there, right? Sorry, it's up there, I didn't take it. I choose another layer. You flatten this image after you uncheck the rudder things, and then Control Cut, Control C, Control V, okay, and it's there. You Control click that, take this tool and you drag it all around. You zoom in, you can zoom with Alt and wheel forward or back, and left right with Control and wheel forward or back, okay? You go here and you make sure it's everything lined up. If you see some edges like this one, you need to paint with a brush. You see, I paint with a brush. Details will not disappear because it's in another layer. It's in this particular layer, tail, okay? So don't worry about it, just paint it over. After that, you don't have example layers here. So you click map colors, this, and you click it, okay? So it actually surrounds everything around this tiny edge. Sorry. You click this color maps. So you go down where it's this one, you press Control Shift I and selects everything except this area what they are inside these blue marks, and you press delete. It deletes everything from around it, okay? Once you're done, you want to have two layers the same as this one. So you do left click, duplicate layer, okay, you have two the same, because in full you have only one rudder, okay? So you need two. You duplicate the layer and you have two. You Control click it and he selects only this part, okay? SXPIU, I don't want this. You take the gum and you just delete this part. It's cleaned up. So now you take this tool and you can drag it. I don't want to drag it. I want it there. So what I'm going to do is Control T. Click on this part, Control T, and then the same as with the main fuselage back part, minus, and it's going to be flipped. Enter, enter, and you drag it around. You come here and you go inside this part. You make sure everything is lined up and you don't have white edges like here, okay? Everything is lined up. Here is not perfect, so you take a brush and you just paint it, okay? As you notice, it's just painting all around. If you have it selected, you don't mess up with the round things, okay? Then everything is painted around perfectly as should be. You go up, you press Control and you click this part, so it selects actually this one. You go to this layer, what you have done, Control Shift I, delete, and deletes every edge what it's around there from this part you don't want them to be. Okay, so now you go up, you uncheck that, and it's ready. It's just perfect. This is a bit, I forget to do it, so I have to go all the way down, click this part. Sorry for that. Deselect. I'm gonna not click this part, just like this, and paint it like this. And again the same. You click here, you go down, Control Shift I, delete, and removes every edge you don't want them to be there. So now you take the gun, okay, and it's just ready. It's perfect. Alright, no edges, no nothing, it's everything lined up. If you think that some parts they are not realistic enough or something like that, you can fix them later. Once you're done, all the tiny details you install, as you notice already, this is perfect lined up with the straight line strips like it's in the real. It's just perfect lined up. Okay, then you go down, flatten image. Sorry, you forget that. You uncheck the maps and you uncheck the map colors if you have it. You uncheck the maps. You don't need maps around here. Okay, so you go down, flatten image, okay, file, save as. Sorry, I'm gonna use mine. I don't want those because they're not perfect. Just for the demonstration. Make sure you paint this part. You see this part? This is here. This part over there is the back of the rudder, and this is the top of the rudder. Okay, make sure you paint those two also. This is top of the rudder, this is back of the rudder. Make sure you paint them. If you click the maps, you see that they're also blue. This is the vertical stabilizer. What I'm saying, not vertical stabilizer, whatever. This is ailerons. This is engine fins and stuff. Okay, so I'm checking that. Maps done. Left click, flatten image. If you have a very big and you need to have here the background must be the same color as your engines and your wings are. If you have different color engines of wings, this is gonna be a little complicated. And if you want to make some repaints with that type of painting, you can very easily understand how exactly to paint things by downloading someone who makes it before. I made many times this. For example, download the Bandu repaint. It's very extremely good one with very much details, and he's really perfect lined up. You download his repaint and you see exactly what is he painting, and he make this only the engines to be red without fluorescent colors. Something more. This particular, you see this lines over here, this here, this is exactly the part what goes front from this one until the wings. Okay, that continues here. You understand? Perfect. So you press flatten image, you flat your image here. You need a layer to flatten your image. Flatten image. After you save it again and you rename it, so you don't, after you save the PSD and you have saved everything and you are sure you can come again in the same situation without have to make big changes all over the start everything, you discard everything and you press file, save as, bitmap, it's very important, bitmap, save, and 32-bit. Okay, 32-bit always. Cancel. I don't need to do it. I want to go to my Microsoft FSX to show you my things. So this is this particular paint. So all you need, you have to have them saved here. Now you open the DXTbmp, this tool, you open it. You make also, I forget to tell you, you make also night textures for this one. I actually make before, it's the same thing. You just click here and it's night textures. You flatten it again, flatten image, file, save as bitmap, 32 bits and blah blah blah, and everything is ready. You need to have 4 different layers. This is day, night, and to rename it like this, like default PSDs are. Okay, Q400 external 1, Q400 external 1 night, with this particular space there. It's very important, differently it won't read it. Now if you put this direct in the flight sim, also it won't read it. So you need to open with the DXTbmp, DXT. Okay, you just drag it inside. You don't need to do nothing else. You don't need to fly alphas. You don't need nothing to do similar like this. Okay, I don't do anything. It already flashes too much. File, save as, extended bitmap this time. Okay, extended bitmap. You wait a while. We'll show a window and communication window, because this is 2048 with 2048. Now you go, you see 256 color, 32-bit 888. Okay, this is the particular repainting style. And save. You save it. I don't have to save it. It's already 32-bit 888. I already make this. That's why it's in my airplanes. You just save it, okay? And it's ready. You don't need to flip. You don't need to do anything else like that. Now, CFG file. It's very easy. You make a new file. Sorry for my frame rates, just stocks. I'm using a laptop for this. Creation, create this here. Make it readme, and it's ready. Open it up. Of course there's nothing inside. Take always the first from flight sim blah 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 of the Majestic default. I changed the lines so I have always first my beloved repaints. I put it forward. Copy, past, you rename this in XX, and title Majestic Software Q800. Everything what is, for example, Berlin Majestic Software repaint, Bell, you make it your own name, which name you want. The only thing it's very important to don't change, it's sim. Don't change that, because you will never see the aircraft you repaint, okay? Texture, OA, everything what I changed, it's OA and XXBIU. ATC ID SXBIU, the name what it's written on my rudder in this case. UA variation Olympic Air, blah blah. ATC airline Olympic Air, and description Majestic Software -8 Q100 Olympic Air, right? Everything perfect. Create by Majestic Software. Don't put your name there. Majestic Software owns this aircraft, okay? Everything done. So I'm gonna save it, and I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna upload it on the descriptions of this video. Now you fix the texture. Once you have renamed, you fix the texture folder also. Texture folder, creation folder, texture. Okay. Texture. You open it and you put all your paints inside. All these repaints you have saved inside. You put this texture also from any default repaint. This texture CFG, you put it also inside. Thumbnail to fix. You can make any picture, or by Photoshop, or a picture of your face if you like, so I don't know. 256 to 128, okay, pixels must be. If it's bigger, it's no problem, just it's gonna make longer to load, so doesn't have to be any bigger than this. All default FSX images are like this. So you fix your image, you found it, you make it ready, and then you change the size into this one, okay? You put it and you rename it thumbnail, so you can see which one is your repaint. Differently, it's not going to show any in aircraft. You make sure you rename all these things like this, how they are properly, and then you drag them in there. And that's it. You have a repaint. Then you open FSX. You open FSX. Mine is going to take a while to load because I have a lot of programs open. I don't going to do it. So you see your repaint ready, okay? Thank you for watching, and I hope you understand everything what I'm saying, because my English are bad. Have a nice day.